Dear monastic sanghas and all Zen practitioners, today is our sixth day of the retreat, October retreat of 2025. So this is the first section of our Dharma talk and sharing. When we are sharing our experience in the practice, so that way all Zen practitioners, beginners, or old-time practitioners, so that way they can strengthen their practice, so that then the non-discrimination so that way we can practice correctly when we don't have the discriminated mind. It can lead us into the right doubts. So such as this Huato question, it's not the mind, it's not the Buddha, it's not the thing, what is it? So when we ask the question diligently, there will be non-obstacle can create the difficult for us, and it create the path itself. So right now we have a lot of obstacles with the name, fame, form, but actually they are not real. They are temporarily objects of the worldly desire, and they could distract us from the path. It creates this obstacle for our practice, and you can see this. It keep repeated throughout our life already. And in the one of the teaching of the Buddha, that the impermanence, you can see all this change all the time. The nature, the country, the weather, they keep changing. But our mind, they think everything is permanent, and we tend to not see this impermanence. And even when we have this body, we can see the change in our body. We can see the suffering in the body. So the five skandhas, they keep changing as well. And this bodily elements that we have, they keep changing. Say if we don't want to get sick, but the body, can get sick anytime. When the body, we don't want it to be aging, but it's keep getting older. And this body, we don't want it to die, and eventually we're gonna die. So if we don't contemplate deeply about this, we're gonna create a lot of bad karma for ourselves. And we can go deep into the the dark stage of the mind, or the hell realms. So even the bodies, the Buddha say that, you know, we have this body. The body create all the could create all the unwholesome acts or evil acts through the speech, to the actions, and we create all these evil thoughts, and we create all this karma, and we don't even know. All this because we don't have the trust in our own mind. We don't have diligently practice. And we don't really contemplate about all this impermanent, like the dusk, the lightning, and the dream. And we continue to create or accumulate more bad karma for ourselves. And we have this tendency to chase after our own obstacle. And that's just so weird, right? We love our obstacle and we chase after them. And the Buddha say that, you know, and the patriarch also say that if you completely trust in your own self, on your own mind, and some people, they falsely say that they committed 100% in the trust in their own mind, but that is only, you know, based on the words in the in one own mouth, but actually is not really taken into the practice. So basically, we've been fooled by our own mind. It's say a lot of words of the Buddha, the patriarch, and we borrow the words of the Buddha and the patriarch, and we don't practice. We basically fake. We listen a lot to the teaching, but we don't practice. So just like our parents, you know, they teach us, and we don't really do the way they teach, but we only, you know, listen, and we don't really follow their guideline. And you know, just like us practitioners, we listen to the Buddha teachings, we listen to the patriarch, we listen to our wise teachers, but actually we don't take into our practice. We don't practice diligently. So the wise teachers, they say that, you know, I teach you how to practice. I don't teach you how to resolve the worldly problems. If you have the debts, owe people money, you need to take care of that. So so before us came to the practice, we chase after the five desires in the world, and now basically we are in this practice. We should relinquish that. We should let go of that desires by doing the practice. So when we're talking about the attachment to the worldview, sometimes we say that we let go, but we don't. So we always get fooled by the mind, and when we say we successfully practice really good, but actually that is not really. We've been fooled by the mind. So when we actually do practice, and when you do reflect, the teaching of the Buddhas or the patriarchs by reading some verse or some sutras, you basically, uh, have this kind of realizations, different from before. Your view is completely different. So this is based on your practice. But without practice, you're not able to find that kind of realizations. So in worldly life, people, they have to dedicate their studies to achieve their scholarship. So no difference in this path. We need to really practice. So that's what I want to say this morning. If anyone has any question, please raise your hands. Monk Pháp Từ, please go ahead. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha, dear thầy, dear monastic sangha, and all practitioners. So I usually listen to your words of encouragement for the practice, and I really appreciate all your words of encouragement, and I try to apply in my practice. And I know that my it always has this kind of worldly doubt, fear, and contradicts. So when I applied the teaching with my study in the sutra, in the precepts, in the explanations, commentary, teaching, and I find I find the contradictions in the three Tripitaka. The Tripitaka are the sutra, the precepts, and the commentary teaching. And so let's say if talking about precepts, what is precept? This precept is prevent all the unwholesome acts. The precepts, um, the meditative precepts, and etc. And and I tried the best to describe my understanding or my practice, and I think it's still on the verge of my own thinking mind. And I think I always have this contradiction in the of doubts, of fear, uh, and I know that the skillful teaching by the patriarchs are very helpful in my understanding for me, myself, and all the practitioners to um, loosen up the this worldly doubts. I would like to ask you to, out of your compassion, please explain, expound more, so that I can let go of this fearful thoughts and worldly doubts, so that way it can help me to return to my practice. And I know that, when I return to the practice and create the true doubt, it's going to be really hard. So if you can help me to guide me through this, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. Không nghe cô ơi. So as long as you have this strong determination of birth and death, then your practice is gonna achieve itself. So maybe your your determination for this birth and death is not really clear, and your POV, point of view, is maybe create this obstacle itself. So once you have this, strong determination of birth and death, then it would not create any kind of any other problem like fame or home. So so if you know this, if you have this habits or the habitual pattern energy of doubt of yourself, or fearful of thoughts, and sometimes, you we create this uh, all this skillful, uh, like the in the telecommunications, social media, and if we don't skillfully use this resources, they uh, could create this obstacle for us or action. So, let's say during the Buddha time, there's uh, literatures or texts or language, already written language, uh, already exist, but um, the Buddha didn't use the Buddha didn't use it. So people, maybe, the Buddha realized that if people, written down all these commentaries, and people, they're gonna start to have a lot of arguments. So later on, during the like almost like 500 years later, uh, the written text, the sutra, and then, people start to have a lot of arguments, a lot of division in a sangha. Um, so therefore, create all these periods of division. The the period of true practice, the period of explanation, argument, um, debates and the period of all this construction building. So that's why the Buddha foreseen this. He could see the problems ahead of time. So for us, we basically have problem nowadays because of this distractions. So if we diligently participate in the practice all the time, it's gonna resolve all the problem that we have nowadays, and this is also resolve our own birth and death. So basically, all this arise from our own discriminated mind. It creates this problem for ourselves. So that therefore the Buddha, the patriarch, came up with the precepts. The patriarch came up with the rules. So within 100 years from the time of Zen Master Liqua, he already came up with the rules. Really strict rules, so that for other Zen practitioner, they have to really follow the rules. Even someone not listen to the rules, that they can, strictly beat that person harshly. So that way, he could keep the everyone practice go in the right direction. So if everyone practice diligently, then there's no rules needed. There's no precepts needed. But because not everyone practice diligently, we get distracted a lot. So that's why the rules applied. So with this human body, we cannot promise that everyone practice correctly or diligently. So because we aging, the body age, the mind, I mean the brain is also aging. So we cannot really trust in this body. We cannot trust in this five skandhas. We cannot trust in our own ignorance. So therefore, the precepts, the rules, they basically help us to stay in lane. So all the words of the teachings of the patriarchs always recommend practitioners not go into the huts, the hermits, or isolate practice by themselves, because it's going to create very dangerous results. So in this practice, there's nothing secret. Um, um, because of our habitual patterns, cannot change. We cannot correct ourselves. So that's why the Buddha, the patriarchs, they have to come up with all the harsh rules so that we keep us in line. Otherwise, we're gonna run wild. So let's say when we're talking about keep the thoughts of the Buddhas and the thoughts of sentient beings, how many time can we how much time can we keep the thoughts of the Buddha in our mind? Not a lot, right? We keep a lot of worldly thoughts, almost like all the time. So we have the thoughts of doing this and that all the time. We don't have much time to think about the Buddha. So when we actually live in the temple, but we don't. We live in, our mind is outside. Our body is here, but our mind is outside in the world. So why the Buddhas in the precept say that you cannot uh, keep the money, or uh, keep the food overnight, or why we cannot sleep in the same place, not past three nights. So all this basically help us to get not attached to worldly things. So that's why the Buddha say that um, the practice meditation is not secret. Practice meditation uh, is based on how strong your determination in resolving birth and death. So the, the the temple is not the place that to hot put you in the hot spot, or hold you hostage, but you have to help yourself to resolve your own birth and death. So there's not such a pressure, for anyone, but we actually we put ourselves in the bad situation, and all therefore all these precepts, the hard precepts have to apply to you. So all these precepts are created by the Buddha, not put pressure on anyone. If you don't have any kind of ill mind, then the precepts, they don't apply to you. But you have an ill mind, then yes, the precept have to put on you, so that way you can exhaust your um, karma. So I hope that makes sense. Yes, thank you. Ms. Kim Ying, please go ahead. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha, dear Thầy, dear monk, and all Zen practitioners. So when we're talking about a strong determination for birth and death, there's a wise person told me this. In this lifetime, I haven't seen anyone have a strong determination to go deep into practice, uh, beyond, go beyond that, or sacrifice this birth and life for the practice, to, for the day, until achieve the enlightenment. So how can this person say that we it's just basically stay in one place and eat and practice only, nothing else? Is this correct thinking? So when we're talking about the strong determination for birth and death, it's not from outside. It's not from the words. This is this is from the mind. So when you say all this, this is more like you set up your own uh, discrimination. This is not the right thinking of strong determination. So this is more like you compare uh, this person to that person, this tradition to the other tradition, to create this division. So, so this is based on the form from outside. And even when the Buddha appears in front of this person, he not be able to see it. So it's not helpful when we have this kind of thinking. with strong determinations. So basically, we need to know ourselves. Uh, it's not try to uh, distinguish between this and that. To distinguish between this good practitioner and bad practitioners. So the Buddha and the patriarch always say this: the mountain and the ocean, they don't create the obstacle for ourselves, but we create the obstacle for ourselves by ourselves. So when we feel like we all have the sickness in the mind, we just need to, correct ourselves, and we should not like try to um, look outside, look at other people and think, they are sick and you are not. So we should be careful with the how we think about, how the the practitioners should be in. So we have to be careful with our POV, point of view, and sometimes we think our POV is Jala is correct, and other people not correct. So we have to be careful with this. Do you understand? Yes. Thank you. So we have the last 2 minutes left. Does anyone have any questions? Please raise your hand. Monk Pháp Tử, please go ahead. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha, dear Thầy, and all practitioners. Can you explain to me the phrase that you have been saying? This is related to the precepts. So this phrase is things that so even one create a lot of bad karmas is better than someone create the wrong uh, perceptions or wrong view for other people. So this is the wrong theories, the wrong view. This is related to the ignorant view, based on the deep attachment. So this is also come from the teaching of the Vimalakirti Sutra. Kinh gì mà cật Vimalakirti. So when his teaching is basically all his teaching is to relinquish all the attached to the view or attached to the precept. So he say that the precept is not just about the practice, or it's not just for the protection. So from the conventional view or relative view, this is the uh, the precepts. It helps a lot. But when um, we learn the teaching from like Vimalakirti, then it's different. It's more about the mind. When one say that when the mind is completely peaceful, then the path is open up or clear up. So there's a saying, the precepts of patience. The patient doesn't lead you to enlightenment. So we have to really be careful here, because otherwise we mistakenly understand the practice of patience is going to lead you to enlightenment. Or another example, that vegetarianism is going to lead you to enlightenment or become a Buddha. So when we're talking about vegetarian eating, um, it's not about enlightenment. It's about reduce the karma of committing eating sentient beings meat. So if we don't be careful about this explanation, we mistakenly think that the Buddhahood is about eating, just like a cow. The cows, they eat all the grass, but how come they cannot become Buddha, right, or enlightened? So we have to be careful how the skillful teaching and how the absolute teaching can help us to understand better. So I hope you understand. Yes. So we are running out of time. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, the monastic sangha, and all the practitioners. Have a good have a good morning.